What's up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where of course it is all about classic bodybuilding. And today I'm going to show you a little bit of what I cook on a low carb day. And I'm cooking right now, so let's check out what's on the pan. So, right here we have 300 grams of shellfish with the skin on the bottom, allowing it to really cook on the skin, making it delicious. I'm going to put this lid on right now. The herbs I put on there are actually organic seafood seasoning with real sea salt, not the fake one. Anyway, let's put this on right here, allowing it to cook properly on a low heat. I've got 35 grams of jasmine rice in there, almost done. And then here I'm about to put the vegetables. So what I did is put coconut oil in here, 10 grams, and 200 grams of green vegetables. Actually cut them up right here using this food processor, just filling it up all the way with cucumber, zucchini, celery, and all kinds of green vegetables which I love to add together. And then we're going to spice that up with some salt and pepper first. Then when I add the rice, I'll show you exactly how to make it golden, as you always see on my Instagram stories. Alright, after baking the vegetables for about, cooking the vegetables for about 2 minutes, I'm adding the jasmine rice, 35 grams. It looks very white still, gotta change that. And here you've got the beautiful shellfish. I got the lid off and it's cooked beautifully. If you don't like fish, but you are somehow forced to eat it for a contest prep, for example, this is the way to make it delicious. Cook it slowly, allow the protein to get nice and soft, don't overcook it or otherwise it gets too dry. Add some beautiful flavoring to it and trust me, you'll love it. But now it's time to flavor this up and make it look even more tasty. How are we gonna do that? With some turmeric. This is a very good brand, by the way, and you can tell by the deep color of the yellow or golden from this herb that this is a high quality version. Some are way more yellow, they have a shallow color. This is a deep, rich color, and we're gonna add about 1 gram to this meal right there. So let's see what the difference will be after adding a little bit of that to this meal. Alright, so added a little bit of the turmeric to it. Now let's mix it up and see what happens to the color and the appetizing factor of this meal. It's gonna turn into some yellow goodness right here. Normally I eat a lot more rice than this, but even with a little bit of rice, still make it look delicious. So let me tell you and show you what this looks like in the bowl, completed with every ingredient intact. Would you look at that? We've got the heavy 300 gram shellfish, as you can see by the structure, it's cooked perfectly. Underneath, you can see the turmeric vegetables, the turmeric rice, and the coconut oil mixed up in it. Very beautiful, low FODMAP vegetables, and that means it's very easily digestible by the gut. I have a video on low FODMAP vegetables, look it up on my channel. FODMAP vegetables. If you have bloating issues, you should definitely get into those and use those for a while and see what it does for you. But yes, this is the meal, the second meal of the day. I basically have literally 4 of these meals, the exact same a day. So 3 more after this, and the last meal of the day will have more fat in terms of Nordic salmon and less carbs, and some broccoli or Brussels sprouts. Whoops, my haircut changed all of a sudden. But what I want to show you is this is still a low day, the exact same diet as the meal you saw before. So let me show you another meal example of a low carb meal, one of those 4 meals that are pretty much the same. So let's check it out. This is a meal comprised of 200 grams of broccoli, basically broccoli rice, with 35 grams of jasmine rice. I will add 20 grams of these sprouts, red beet sprouts, and the sprouts you eat raw, and they contain all the vegetables, all the nutrients you need. And then we're going to add some fish, some hake fillet. However, this protein content is not enough. So usually sometimes I only have a little bit of fresh fish left, but it's not enough protein. This is about half of the protein that I need. So what do I do to fill out the protein needs in a meal? So what I then like to do is add a whey protein supplement, but since I'm in prep and I want my stomach to be as flat as possible, it needs to be a very fast and easy absorbable protein. And the best possible protein out there is hydrolyzed protein. You've got whey concentrate, you've got even whey casein, which is a very slow absorbing one. Concentrate absorbs faster. Isolate is the next version that absorbs faster than that. But the fastest absorbing protein, which has already been cut down to smaller portions, easier for your stomach to digest, is hydrolyzed, the whey hydro. So get a whey hydrolyzed. I got it from XXL Nutrition, as I know that the quality is very high. A lot of brands have isolate or hydroisolate, however you call it in English, but testing has revealed them not to be entirely clear. Sometimes the amino spike, but when you get a brand that you know that has been tested and you get a high quality whey, definitely make sure to get a brand like that. So basically this is the completion of my meal. What we have is actually the hake fillet, about 150 grams. We've got the 200 grams of broccoli, 35 grams of jasmine rice, 20 grams of the sprouts from the beets, and I also added 10 milliliters of sesame oil, a very, very healthy oil. It's very polyunsaturated, a lot of unsaturated raw oil here, and you can see it's in a dark bottle, and that tells you, just like olive oil, if it's in a dark bottle, you shouldn't heat it up, because the more you heat it up, the more damage occurs in the fat, and it will actually be more damaging for you instead of helping you heal, getting rid of inflammation, making your blood lipids better, HDL cholesterol going up, stuff like that. So I added 10 milliliters to this after preparation. So I didn't add any oil during the preparation. I added about 35 grams of hydrolyzed protein, whey protein, to this shaker, just with some water and a little bit of cinnamon for the insulin sensitivity, increase of the muscle cells. And the nice thing about hydrolyzed protein, you only need to add about 30 to 35 grams to get 30 grams of pure protein, because it's a very high protein content without the fats and the sugars. But anyway, this is the meal that I'm going to enjoy. Healthy, calorie dense. Right here are, you can see the calories, all the macronutrient contents, and let's enjoy. Oh, all right guys, you just saw the pre-workout, and I just finished the workout itself with some chest, some triceps. The pump is there, but it doesn't last that long because I'm on low carb. But while working out, the pump is really there, and then that's partly due to taking L-citrulline and arginine and stuff like that to get more nitric oxide in the blood to pump up the muscles. But anyway, let me show you the post-workout meal, which is what this video is all about. So I always prep the meals that I have post-workout, because I'm at the gym right now. This is the office. I'm working here at the gym. So after the workout, I always stay here for a little while, usually 9 out of 10 times. So I prep the meal beforehand, and let's check it out what it is. Kaboom! What we have right here is some pak soy, some spinach, celery, and 300 grams of Victoria perch, and 10 grams of olive oil actually. But you can see that I heated this one up in a microwave, and I just told you guys that you shouldn't heat up olive oil and sesame oil and stuff like that. That has a lot of polyunsaturated fats in there, because it'll get damaged. So I put the microwave on low heat just to get the, the refrigerator coldness off of it. And now you still have a very nice meal without it being that cold and without having destroyed the healthy fats. So that's what I really like to do. And next to this meal, in addition to drinking a lot of water from a 1 liter shaker cup, of course, I like to take some supplements to boost the fat burning process, because I'm in prep, obviously. Since I just worked out, I like to take some green tea EGCG, and you don't need to know what that means, but it basically means the fat burning and antioxidant ingredients within green tea. So, of course, drinking 5 cups of green tea a day would be enough. You wouldn't need a supplement then. But taking in green tea like this, if you don't drink green tea like that, which I do recommend by the way, but I don't like it myself, I take it in supplement form. So I take 2 to 3 of these capsules post-workout and usually before cardio as well, to simply boost the fat burning process that has been going on right now. And this will boost the anabolic process of building muscle. So building muscle and burning fat is what we want during prep. Alright guys, then we made it to the last meal of the day. So we had a post-workout meal, and usually that is the 5th meal of the day. And the last meal will be the pre-bed meal, which has quite a lot of protein, but also quite a lot of healthy fats, low carbs and medium vegetables to get me through the night. So let me show you exactly what that is. So let's start with something very interesting. As you can see right here, this looks weird, right? But it's actually a puree of cauliflower. These are frozen cauliflower puree bits and pieces. And beneath there is actually frozen sweet potato puree. And they come out of these bags: sweet potato mash and cauliflower mash. So these are amazing. They digest really easily. They're cheap, and I actually got them from a site called Muscle Meat. You can go there if you live in the Netherlands. I put 200 grams of the cauliflower mash and 100 grams of the sweet potato mash in there, and then it's gonna melt. So let me actually show you how I do that. Put it on the stove right here. Right? Just put it on, just like that, and then actually get a lid, put it on top, kaboom, and then you can actually use all kinds of herbs and spices to put in there, like pepper, of course the famous turmeric will go in there once it is melting a little bit, and we're also going to put in some salt. But let me go to the protein source, which is right here. This is portioned fresh salmon, 300 grams each. So I've got 2 portions right here. I bought about 1 kilogram a few days ago, and I have every night 300 grams of this beautiful salmon. So let me take it out. Kaboom, it's actually with the skin on, and you want to do this. Oh yes, that is perfect. Then I add a little bit of salt on top, just like that. This is actually iodized salt, so it's low salt, less sodium, more potassium with iodine in it. And that's very good for your metabolism, because if you don't eat bread or any foods with iodine, you might actually get a shortage of it. And then we put this on top to basically cook the salmon, and because of the skin on there, it'll get nice and crispy. So what we have is our vegetables and our carb source, a very low carb source, and our protein and fat source, and there's nothing else going to be added, because the meal, the meal that you have before bed, you don't want to upset your stomach with anything, in my opinion. The fats will slow down the absorption. The protein is high quality. There's omega-3 fats in there, lowering the inflammation. I just worked out, so I want to fix my body, recover the body as soon as possible to get some extra muscle growth. That's what you want as a bodybuilder. And then next to that, I'll have a little bit of supplements, which I'll show you right now. So what I like to use before bed, as I just mentioned, the omega-3s in there lower the inflammation, and you want to take something that enhances recovery when you're in prep. So I use some supplements to help me recover a little bit faster. And of course, you know me for my turmeric, and you can get a much more concentrated source of it by taking a curcumin capsule. And if you open it up and then smell it, oh yes, you can smell the golden tablets in there. Let me show you what one looks like. Golden capsules, which I'll take with the meal, because this is a concentrated form that you cannot just get with the powder. Because let me show you actually the powder. This is the powder right here, but this is turmeric, right? And the actual thing in turmeric that is active and gives you all the health benefits is curcumin, which is in this very capsule. So it's both gold and yellow, And this just makes your meal look very good. It's healthy antioxidant. And this is actually a very strong version of it that you can get in supplement form, because to get this amount from this, you would need like 10 grams of this. So that will be too much. Real quick, the next supplement is CLA Force, or yes, CLA. It's omega-6. When you're taking a lot of omega-3s, which I get from a 300 grams of salmon, you want to balance it out with an omega-6 supplement. And the way to do that is to actually get the omega-6 from a supplement source. Otherwise, you would need to eat a lot of meat, such as chicken and other meats which contain omega-6. But you want those balanced more. And actually getting CLA, which is omega-6, in your diet tells your body to more easily release fat, because then your body recognizes, oh, I get enough essential fatty acids, which is omega-3, omega-6. If your body gets enough of those, it releases the fat more easily. And you guys, just look at the beauty. Wow, it's crispy, it's perfect, a nice portion that I'm going to enjoy. This is what the mash looks like right now. Not the prettiest, but I just added all the spices and I'm going to mix this all up. And then it's going to be delicious, let me tell you, for sure. Very easily absorbable, but because of this, it's going to absorb more slowly. Kaboom, and this is the final result. Listen to this. Perfection, nice and crispy. The salmon looks great. Now, whether it's underneath, does it look great? Not really, and by the way, I just used this for a meal before, that's why it's not clean. But this is more delicious than you think it looks. The salmon is delicious, what's underneath is delicious. Cauliflower with sweet potatoes, with salt, pepper, turmeric, and all the goodness in there. Actually also added some sauerkraut, 25 grams, to help a probiotic actually for your gut to work during the night to make everything work even better. So guys, that was my day of eating on a low day. Tomorrow will be a high day. Looking forward to it, feeling quite weak today. But hey, we're going to do whatever is necessary to do the best possible Wesley at the Arnold Classic. Anyway guys, I want to thank you for your incredible support. And don't forget to stay cool.